which started with Bournemouth and Tottenham involved in that goalless draw, so a point apiece. A similar story at Goodison between Everton and Southampton. That finished 1 each. Danny Ings on the score sheet once again for the Saints before Richarlison equalised for the Toffees, and with United registering yet another big win, the latest, a 3-0 victory at Aston Villa. And so as a result then, well, United go to 58 points, 6 clear of Wolves, and to within a point of 4th placed Leicester, who incidentally they play on the final day of the season at the King Power Stadium. They're going to take some stopping in their bid for a top 4 finish. Bournemouth's draw means that they swap places with Aston Villa in the bottom 3. They go 18th to within 3 points of Watford and West Ham in safety. Villa 19th, 4 points adrift with 4 games to play. It could go right down to the wire.
Performance that makes Manchester United the first team in Premier League history to win by 3 goals or more in 4 consecutive games. Does that put in perspective just how good Manchester United are right now?
We're really pleased with ourselves, but we know we have to carry on as well. We talk before the game, we talk in training that we have to carry on. That's what Manchester is a big club, and you want to keep the level up always. And the performance today and the past few weeks, they are very good, and they are the standard of Manchester United, I think.
Is that the balance though? Hit the heights, but keep your feet on the ground.
Always. We didn't win the Premier League. That's the goal, and we didn't win anything this year. So obviously we have to keep working. There's a lot to do, a lot. Your first goal of the season. Good moment for you. Looks like you placed it beautifully. Today was I just had one shot, and I kind of know the goalkeeper, and been trying in training these last games to score a goal. It didn't come, and today he arrived, and I'm really pleased to help the team as much as I can.
You're a senior pro by comparison. What is it like to play alongside Mason Greenwood, this teenage sensation?
It's very good. I always, like I said before, I enjoy to see them play in front. I enjoy this kid in training, in the game, and I will keep pushing him to be at the top. He has so much to do again. He can do even more, and what he's doing right now is just this talent, and he showed that he can play in this team.
We touched on it before the game. You gave such a joyous interview the other day, talking about how happy you are and how much you're enjoying yourself. Have your feelings towards staying at the club changed? Are you in a different place mentally?
Right now, like I said, I've been injured for a very long time. I focus on myself and get back, help the team as much as I can. And this year we have 2 goals: is to go for the Europa League and the FA Cup. So we focus on that.
How much do you feel you are now on both Chelsea and Leicester City's shoulders after this?
Well, it all depends on now. We are our own enemy. We have to play like we did, not like the first 15 minutes, but we finished the game. That's great, and you have to carry on like this.
Great stuff, Paul. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
The award.
I don't think so. I think it's a penalty. If you try to tackle me, I jump over you and I land on you. I think that's a foul. The boy sticks out his leg. He does a fantastic Zidane pirouette, or Maradona, whatever, who you think is worthy of that turn, and he lands on him, and I think it's a penalty.
From then on, were you in total control?
No, we weren't. Going into half-time 2-0 up, I think we were a bit fortunate, but with 2-0 I think we were in control. Second half, some excellent stuff, but even on 1-0 I think our defenders would have kept a clean sheet. I think they've took the criticism from last game, and they've performed really well.
That's 4 in 3 for Mason Greenwood right now. He's taken the Premiership by storm. How do you manage him and his development?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. He's got to look after it. I'm doing my bit to help him, but he's got to do it. He's the one that has to turn in training sessions, performances in training, in the games, live his life properly. So it's all down to him. He can go as far as he wants to.
How far can he go?
Very. He's an exceptional finisher, and I was surprised he didn't score his first chance today.
He actually said in one of his rare interviews he's nowhere near the level he believes he can be. Can he get better?
That's natural. He's 18. Of course he'll get better if he keeps on doing the right things, and he loves football. He's a footballer, natural footballer, and he's been in the academy since he was a little boy. His dad showed me a picture of the two of us when he was 7. When I took my little into the academy, one of these academy centres. So he's been in the club for so long, he knows what we want from him, and he knows that we believe in him.
And right now the form he's in, regardless of his age, automatic first pick?
You can't leave players out when they score goals. That's more or less impossible.
Also, I don't know if you're aware, Paul Pogba gave an interview recently which was such unbridled joy, how much he's enjoying himself, enjoying playing this team, seeing what's in front of him as well. As somebody who wants him to remain at the club, how much does that suggest to you that he sees his future at Manchester United?
Of course, we've still got a contract with Paul, and I've said it so many times, I think he's a fantastic person, fantastic player, one of the best midfielders in the world. I think he's proving that he's getting better and better because he's been out for so long, which is natural. And you can see he's enjoying himself. The team is a different team to the one he left when he went injured. So now it's the focus, the attitude, everything's miles better in that dressing room.
How can you keep this charge going? Is it about the momentum for as high as you can get?
Just focus on the next job. Absolutely don't believe in all the hype or the criticism. Just do your job. Go home, recover, come to work tomorrow morning, recover again, and then be ready for Monday, because that's going to be a very hard game against the Southampton team that is probably the team that runs the most in the Premier League. And if there's one thing I don't want to see, is my team being outworked.
Lastly, I'll give you a stat I think you'll enjoy. You're the first team ever in Premier League history to have won by 3 or more clear goals 4 consecutive games. Never been done before.
We should have had won by 5 clear ones in all of them, so I'm surprised by that stat though, but we should have had so many more goals. But we're keeping clean sheets, which is great. They're doing the jobs. I think we could have had a few more the other way today.
Thanks, Ollie.
Some interesting comments to come from Paul Pogba there. He says this is what Manchester United should be doing. The goal should be winning the Premier League. Slowly but surely, Ryan, you're getting this impression that the old Manchester United is slowly coming back.
Yeah, it's a strut, about the team and getting the likes of Paul Pogba, Fernandes on the ball. And the great teams over the years of United, when them type of players are on the ball, you have options. You have players in running behind, you have the switch, you have players in them little pockets, and that's what you're seeing. You're seeing them little triangles and so many options for the player on the ball. And then you execute the option, and teams are finding it very hard to defend against United because of that reason. The options, the quality, the movement, the penetration, and then of course at the end of it, devastating finishing.
He's still making his way back from a lengthy spell on the sidelines, of course. So how did he fare for you today? And is your view that his future increasingly looks to be at Old Trafford?
Well, I think what people have always asked, nobody's ever questioned his talent, but I think they've on about the consistency. I think what he's doing now, he's playing consistent, and nobody's doubting that he's one of the best midfield players in the world. I think when you talk about sort of like this United team, and me and Ryan are obviously supporters, you're actually excited about watching United. We've seen a lot of probably poor games in the restart, but every time United have played, you look forward to watching them because of people like Pogba and Fernandes, and he's got a maturity about his game since he came back from his injury. And you know what, the climate's changed, the financial climate's changed, and there's not many clubs will be able to afford Paul Pogba now. So ultimately, if he's playing in a team where he's happy, he's got great players around him, he looks like he's having fun, why would you want to go and play anywhere else? That's brilliant pass, you know?
Yeah. Are you seeing signs that he's returning to the Paul Pogba that we know in this heyday as well? In fact, before you get to that, Ryan, you said earlier this was one off the training ground, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was. I think Fernandes has seen that Pogba's free, and Pogba's really just walking away, not even interested. And all of a sudden, he turns, and the ball's there, and then see the rest. You see him here.
I don't know. I was going to say, is he double bluffing because he's not even
looking? But then it's the quick movement that he sees that it is actually on. So I'm going to go with a training ground move. But like Phil said, it could be just 2 players on the day. They've spotted it, and Fernandes has found his mate.
What about the actual finish?
Great finish. Yeah. You can't save those because he's used the player as that shield and just bent it around the play, and Rayner's got no chance.
Do you know what? Since the restart, there's no better team in the country than Manchester United. There's no better team that's playing. There's no team in the country that's playing a better style of football than Manchester United, scoring as many goals as Manchester United. So over a period of probably the last 4 or 5 games, or even beyond that, for the last probably the run that they're on, United at the moment are probably one of the best teams in the country. Even though they're so far behind Liverpool, they've not won the league. At this moment in time, I don't see a better team, which gives United massive confidence.
Yeah. For the future, particularly.
For next season.
Yeah, of course, for next season. And if everybody talks about Bruno Fernandes lifting Paul Pogba's game, what about those around him, the others in that starting 11?
Yeah, every player's playing well and playing every game as well. You know, a settled side. So, yeah, all around the pitch, it's about relationships. You know, whether it's the 2 centre-halves, whether it's the wide man and the full-back, midfield players, you need that chemistry, and you're seeing it now. So when you're on the ball, you know where the player's going to be. You know the run that the player's going to make. So it makes a big difference that it's a settled side, but also there's so much quality in this team at the moment.
Talking of Fernandes, he did, of course, win the penalty, which broke Villa's hearts, and in rather controversial fashion. Was this a penalty for you?
No, it wasn't a penalty. And you know what? I think it's fair to say that VAR's had an horrendous, probably the last 3 or 4 weeks since we've started playing football. It's had an horrendous night. We've seen 3 decisions. You see there is actually probably a foul for the Villa defender rather than for Fernandes. You see his foot there goes over the ball. He's leaning into him. There's a clash. That is not a penalty. Nobody in the world think that's a penalty. So why would VAR give a penalty? And that's what I can't understand.
But they didn't see it as a clear and obvious error.
I actually think it's having a major effect on football at this moment in time, the way that VAR is being handled.
Yeah, could have a major impact on Aston.
What do you think?
It unravelled with the first goal, I think. I thought we had made a really bright start of the game, put them under pressure, had some chances, Trezor hit the post. They're a quality team who were always going to be a threat on the counter because of the pace that they've got and the quality that they've got. But, you know, it's all changed around on the penalty decision. I mean, you know, I can understand John getting it wrong. You know, he's on the pitch, but that goes to VAR. I don't know what they're looking at. It's a disgraceful decision, but can't really tell you what I think about it because I'll get fined. And it's a poor decision. We've got a screen over there that can go and look at, but they don't seem to be bothered now.
Is the bigger frustration that, in the eyes of the VAR referee, Graham Scott, it wasn't a clear and obvious error?
Well, anybody who's been in football knows that Fernandes is trying to double drag back. His first foot is on top of the ball, and his next foot is on Ezri Konsa's shin. You know, so
it's an argument that's the foul the other way.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought he was going to give the VAR official, and that's why I was, I won't tell you what I was thinking at the time, but you know, I mean, listen, and they're a top quality team who are doing really well at the moment, and we end up giving them the second goal with a mistake with Tyrone, and you know, at 2-0, they're a tough team to play against. You know, they're full of confidence as it is, and then you've got a problem. You know, do you go and press and try and get back in the game? And if you do, they've got the pace to pick you off. And you know, unfortunately, you know, they were too good for us in the second half with that lead.
Was it the first or the second goal that really knocked the stuffing out of you? And what did you make of your reaction to it?
No, I think the second goal was the one. I mean, listen, the first goal, after that, I thought our reactions weren't great. I thought they upped their game, and we went in our shell a little bit, and Fernandes had the chance with the header. But the second goal was the one. You know, if we go in at 1-0, you know, I can gather the troops again in the dressing room and come back out. But you know, 2-0 down against a team of that quality is tough.
With their quality, were you starting to think we've got to be careful goal difference here because it could come down to that?
Yeah, but you're also looking to try and protect a few players as well. You know, Douglas has put a hell of a shift in, and you know, but you don't want to weaken us. You don't want to. You're looking to, you know, definitely look at goal difference as well, and you know, but Manchester United were very good in the second half today.
Well, the hardest job for you to pick up the players and keep the belief that you can get out of this?
No, as I said before, that's the first time we've had it going over since Project Restart, and the belief is there. We're running out of games, we all know that. There's only 4 games to go, but we're not going to be playing against Liverpool and Manchester United now. You know, they're games that are going to be tough because they're Premier League games, but if we get back to the way we've been playing since we started, we'll win games.
Do you just need something to go for you?
Well, the VAR correct decision would help, wouldn't it?
Dean, good to see you still smiling. Thanks for talking to us.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
You.